afternoon, good night from wherever you're watching me from. This is Blossom Benta. For those people who don't know me, for the newcomers, feel welcome, feel appreciated. This is home and this is where we roll. So today I just wanted to touch on something small. It's not like, rather like small. I know it's, some people may think it's small, but it's not small. So today I just wanted to talk about black magic, or rather about witchcraft in African communities. Yeah, it is something that I know most of the people don't talk about it because of maybe the stigma attached to it. So if witchcraft is simple definition of witchcraft is just like black magic. Yeah, the use of evil power to harm, with the intention of harming people, because most of the witchcrafts or black magic, they always have an intention of harming people. I don't know whether there are some good sides, but me just to know the bad sides, and that is to harm people. So today I just wanted to touch on night runners. Yes, night runners. And night runners, these are people, it's not night runners. No, first of all, night runners, these are people that normally runs at night. They are kind of witches. Yeah, they're like witches, but they do run at night. They just have some evil spirits that makes them to have this power of running around at night, kicking people's doors and such. So I happen to grow up in a place or in a remote area where black magic and these let me concentrate. First of all, let me just concentrate on night runners. Yes, about on night runners. I can't say that I was privileged enough, because that is not being privileged, but I happen to grow up in a place or in an area where night runners are common. Let me say are common, because it's something that's still going on. Yeah, it hasn't stopped. It's something that's still going on. So I happen to grow up in a place where night runners were very common. So you'd sleep at night, and what do they do? In short, they don't even harm people. That is one thing that I know about them. It's not that they're harming people. It's not that these night runners, they derive pleasure by just disturbing the peace of people. Yes, when you're sleeping and somebody is disturbing your peace, you can't sleep in peace. That is the joy that they're getting. And these people, they have that spirit, they have that power of even communicating with animals like crocodiles, like the hippos, like snakes, something of those sorts. So at night when people are busy sleeping, these guys, men and women, are busy. They can even go to the lake, or rivers where these animals are. They have the power of getting them out from the water and coming to the land, and then just do stuff with them. That is what they normally do. Yes, that is what they normally do. These the night runners power of getting these animals from wherever, from their natural habitats. Let's say for example the hippos. Yeah, they can remove that hippo, yeah, using their magic powers to get them out from the lake or even the river, even if it's the crocodile. They have this they can remove of getting them out of their natural habitats. Let's say for example, as I've already said, the hippos, the crocodiles, some of them also use the snake, yeah, for maybe wealth, or maybe to just harm people, something of that sort. So these night runners, what they tend to do is, when it reaches at night, during the day, okay, let me tell on something, because it is like a long story. When it comes to night running or people of such stuff, it is like something that it's inborn. It is something that somebody is born with. It is inborn. Even if you don't want to, there is just a feeling that tells you that now it's time. I need to go out and start disturbing people and start kicking people's doors, because that is what they normally do. So these people, during the day, if at all they know very well that today or maybe tomorrow, yes, like today, I'm supposed to be going to do some running activities. Yeah, those things. I'm supposed to be going out to do the night. My family, or rather, our family is supposed to be going out or today at night we have this activity that we're supposed to do, and the activity here is like night running activity. We're supposed to be going there as a family to do that. So they identify the homes of which they are supposed to, they will be going, they will be visiting, they will be disturbing. What are these? So they identify them. After identifying them, then you'll find out that during the day, the whole of that day, these people are not going to be eating warm food. Since morning, the food that they're going to serve, breakfast, starting from the breakfast, it's going to be called breakfast, the one that was prepared maybe yesterday at night. Even if it is lunchtime, they're going to be served cold food. If it reaches night, they're going to be served cold food. Yes, so throughout that day, the day that they're going to be doing some night riding activities on somebody's house or in somebody's homestead, what they're going to do is that during that day, the whole of that day, they are not even allowed to eat anything hot. Why are they not allowed to eat anything hot? This is because if at all they eat something that is hot, it's going to interfere with their body temperature. Yes, scientifically, I know it's difficult to understand, but that is how it works. Whenever they eat anything that is hot, it's going to interfere with the temperature with their temperature. So that means that they're going to be caught, yeah, doing that activities, and they're not supposed to be caught doing that activities. So that is the reason why they're supposed to be eating only cold food, so that if at all, when they eat cold food, there's a way in which it accommodates their body, in that when they're starting that activity, anybody who comes near them who is not even a witch, or let me say, who is not even a night runner, they're going to feel there's like a feeling that they're going to feel whenever they feel the presence of another person who is not supposed to be there, like who is not a night runner. Whenever that person comes into contact with them, or maybe is even close, they will feel in their body, they will feel that no, there's a temperature, there's a kind of feeling that they're going to feel in their body. So even if at all, let's say for example, I as a person, let's say I'm not a night runner, but somebody else is a night runner, and that night runner comes to my homestead or to my home, and during that day, maybe I was like, today I want to catch this night runner. What you need to do, first of all, even you who is going to catch that night runner, what you are not supposed to be doing is act like them. First, how do you act like them? You are also not supposed to be eating anything hot during that day. All of that day, maybe this is somebody that has been disturbing your sleep, has been disturbing your homestead, and now you vowed that you're going to get this person. So even you as a person who is going to get those people, those night runners, you're supposed to be eating or taking cold food throughout that day. From morning to night, you're supposed to be taking cold food, so that your temperature and his temperature or their temperature will be the same, in that it's going to help you to catch them, because they're not going to feel anything weird. Maybe you're hiding somewhere, they're not going to feel, the temperature is not going to rise, because if at all you take hot stuff, yeah, their temperature is going to rise, to rise, and they're going to know that there's an intruder amongst us, and they're going to go, maybe back to their place, wherever they came from. So even you as a person who is supposed to be getting hold of them, you're supposed also to take cold food. So what do they normally do? These night runners, what they normally do is that they just cause commotion. They just cause commotion, even if it is in the bushes. Maybe when in the villages, like in my village, we have a lot of forest, so you cannot even, walking alone sometimes is very scary, especially at night, because the area is just covered by forest. And when these people appears to you, you just lose control of everything. It's always like they're taking part of your brain or part of your memory. You even lose focus, first of all. Anytime you just feel it in your body, you just feel somehow Yeah, you feel somehow. I don't know how I can explain it, but there's this kind of feeling that you normally feel. Your head is like growing big, your body is like shaking, your memory is just like lost. They can even make you lose even your way. You don't know whatever you are doing. It's like they're just taking your memory away from you and just disturbing you. You loiter, and just walk around that place, not knowing where you're going to, until they just releases you. There's a way they releases you, and there's a way they take part of your brain. I don't know, something of that sort. That is not what normally happens. Even if you're going to your home, and you really know that this is the place to my home, this is the way to my home, and you get into contact with those people, you will not go to your home in peace. You just lose your way. You just have to, you lose your way until they releases you. That is when you recover yourself and you're going to get your senses back. So first of all, what they normally is just to disturb you, to make you lose your way in case you're walking at night. Secondly, they do that by also kicking the people's houses in search. They just kick people's houses, I mean the doors, most of the doors when it comes to, the community, most of the villages, most of the doors, they are made of iron sheet. And since they are made of iron sheets, it makes it like uncomfortable. If somebody comes and just start kicking it, you become very uncomfortable. So that is what they just bang the door, run around the homestead, banging the door. You would even hear the dogs barking. Because of that, if you're in the villages and you hear that, you hear the dogs barking so much, know that those guys are in the area. They are there in the area. They're just there in the area. So they always cause that fear. Even if you just say, the dog will just back, non-stop until these people get out of that place. Is when the dog is going to stop barking. So after that is also another thing. They kick the doors, interfering with people's sleeps. And another thing, this is to those people who are very, there's some people who are just mannerless, because some of them will even go and even help themselves in somebody's homestead, or even in the door, on the door. They just go and relieve themselves on the door. That is what they do. I don't know why they like doing this. It's just that they just like disturbing people's peace and such. Just like disturbing people's, peace. So these are things that the night runners normally do. And in some cases, I heard that there are these people, if you go to other places, I don't want to name places, you'll find that they want, like, it's like they want the government to like identify that night running activity, that activity as a hobby. Yes, as a hobby, and they also want it to be registered, because there are places in, like, can I say, western part of Kenya, in Africa. Kenya is in Africa, for those people who don't know Kenya. Yeah, so there are other people, other places whereby these people just came up, and they were like causing commotion, saying that they want there need to be the activities that they are doing, that night running activities. They wanted the government to identify them. Yes, and identify that it as a sport and as a talent. They just came out frankly, openly. They just came up openly asking the government to identify them and identify whatever they are doing as a hobby and a sport. It's that bad. And you will find out that these people normally shy away from them. If at all you get caught, like maybe he's a night runner and you catch a night runner, because I remember some of my relatives, let me say like that, some of my relatives used to tell us that with them, they used to leave the door knob without, locking the door. They don't even lock the door. They just close the door without locking the knob of the door. So if at all these guys come and start kicking the door, what they do is that when they kick the door, they just get inside the house. And after getting inside the house, what they do, because normally when they're doing this thing, they are always naked without any clothes. I don't know why they don't put on clothes, but they're normally naked when they're going to run, to do their night running activities. They're normally naked without clothes, the way they were born. So what they used to do is that they don't lock the door. They just close it without locking the knob of the door. So when they come kicking the door, they just pass with the door through into the house. And then after doing that, they just take a spotlight and search and try to identify this person. But one thing that I know is that if they are caught, if at all you catch these people, you're not supposed to let let it out. You're not supposed to be telling people that, you know, so and so is the one who was like running around causing commotion in our homestead. He was the one who was like disturbing our peace. You're not supposed to be saying that, because it is like a code. It's like a secret. If at all they get caught, they form a deal with that person who has caught them. So if at all it is me who has caught them, or it is me who has caught them, what I need to do is that this night runner is supposed to be giving me a bowl, a black one, as that is supposed to be bringing a bowl and giving it to me. And after being given that bowl, I'm not supposed to be talking about it with anybody anymore. I'm not supposed to. It's supposed to be like a secret between me and that person. I'm not supposed to be talking about it at all. So if at all you talk about it, that is like you've broken you have broken the vow. And if you break the vow, there is something that they are going to do to you, which is going to cause harm to you. So if at all you catch these people, if at all you catch them, that it was like maybe you wanted to catch them and now you've caught them, they're supposed to be giving you a bull. And after the bull being delivered to you, you're not supposed to be talking about it to anybody at all. So this is part 1 about night runners and night running in the villages in Africa. So part 2 will come tomorrow. Hope you subscribe. For those people who have been watching me without subscribing, please kindly subscribe. And remember to tell a friend, and always like my videos, and always share. And also remember to tell me if in the comment section what else you want me to talk about, anything to do with Africa, our culture, and so till then, good night.